Hi, friends. My name is Daniel Lee. From today, this is my first lesson teaching you guys Chinese. Before I teach you, I want to tell you Chinese is not hard as you think. Actually, it's easy if you are English speaker because basically the grammar is the same. The subject, verb, and object. So there's some other things, but main thing is the same. So let's start. Okay. So from today, I'm gonna teach you conversation. From day one, the important thing is you need to able to communicate. So let's see. Uh, okay. Uh, Hold on a second. This is today, first day. I don't know how to go next page. Sorry about that. Just bear with me a little bit. My wife is helping me, and uh, oh, okay, okay. So the first sentence I want you to know is "ni hao," "ni hao," "ni hao." This means how are you doing? "Ni hao." Chinese. You don't need to. They have a four different tone, but if you try to be perfect in tone, I don't think you are able to communicate. It's very hard. But just importance is that uh, just a third tone. Third tone is like a check mark. It goes down and up. So especially the second word, how means is good. So how is not how, it's not how. It go down like a check mark, go down how, and then or you need to go up. How, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. Yeah, that means how are you doing? Next one, 很好, 很好, 很好. It means very good. 很 means very, 好 is good. Isn't it easy? Okay, so next one, the sound is like a Nino, Nino, Nino. It means how about you? Those three sentences are almost every day. When you meet people, that's the greeting. You know, the first greeting. In a many conversation Chinese book, they add ma, ni hao ma. But in reality, life situation, nobody says ma. So ni hao is the right one. So ni hao. Let's say together, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. And then the response is 很好,很好,很好. Even though you are not very good, you are good, but Chinese, they add, this very hun. Uh, Sometimes it's not really, there's no meaning, just because they like to have a two word instead of a one word. So mostly they say, instead of a how, they say 很好. It doesn't, it maybe meaning is the same. The good, you know, you know, you know. How about you? And then another question could be the very popular one is this is a little bit maybe hard for you first time, but if you get used to it, it's not that hard. The word here, the sentence is like this: 你最近怎么样?你最近怎么样?你最近怎么样? So the first word 你 is you. So 最近 is listening. And 怎么样 is very much people using. 怎么样 means how, uh, how, uh, how are you? How are you doing? All those, how greeting is 怎么样. Or you can even how is this? 这个怎么样？这样, like this. Okay, so 怎么样 is like how is it? Basically how are you, or how is or how do you, something like that. So, how have you been doing recently? Or how are you doing recently? The same kind of a Japanese, Asian, like a Japanese, Chinese, Korean. We don't have like a have, PP, those kind of a sentence. Basically, how are you doing? Or how have you been is, for Asian is the same. So, 你最近怎么样？你最近怎么样？how are you doing? Or how have you been doing recently? 最近忙吗？最近忙吗？ Are you busy recently? Are you busy recently? 忙 is busy. The the last one is ma. Ma is like a question in Korean. Imika ka, those kind of things. So English might be is it or are you or do you all in just one word ma. So 最近忙吗？最近忙吗？最近忙吗？不太忙，不太忙。Fu is no, Tai is that, Mang is busy. So 不太忙 is not that busy. Exactly, the word exactly like in English. So it's not that hard. The next question could be shanti jamaya. Shanti jamaya. Shanti jamaya. This question not much used, but I think it's good to know. Shanti is basically it's a body, but it kind of represent health. So, Jamaya is, I said before, how do, so how is your health? Shanti Jamaya, Shanti Jamaya. Make sure, make sure, make sure. It means no problem. May is no. There's a, several no. This is also very used. No is may. Sure is like a thing or happening. So make sure means nothing happening. So in English like a no problem. If you translate exactly same way from one language to the other, sometimes it doesn't make sense. So you need to get used to how the people, the original people, they say. So make sure sounds like it's not no problem, but it's the meaning is English no problem. 谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。I think even though you are not a Chinese speaker, but you may heard this 谢谢 many times from the TV or show and whatever you a Chinese friend. 谢谢 means is a very popular word like a thank you. You know, we all English speaker also say thank you many times during the day. You may have heard many times, or you can say it from now on, share many times in your life, daily life. So share, but the important thing is share is like you need to say share like this. It's the if you say share, that's wrong. In Korea, especially the people from Seoul, they pronounce because they have their Korean language also have a tone, and they usually say share, but that's wrong. And then if you say that, of course, Chinese people can understand what you mean, but it's kind of sounds very funny. So you need to say 谢谢，谢谢，谢谢. Let's review these 10 items, okay? Let me go back very quickly. Okay, the first one, 你好，你好，你好. Next one, 很好，很好，很好. Oh, don't forget about this third tone, 好. Yeah, that's the very important one. Oh, the vocabulary, 好 is good. So, Nina, is how about you? It sounds like in Korean, 너는 is very similar, but in Chinese is 你呢? 你最近怎么样?你最近怎么样?你最近怎么样? How are you doing recently? 最近忙吗?最近忙吗? Are you busy recently? 不太忙,不太忙,不太忙. Not that busy. 身体怎么样?身体怎么样?身体怎么样? How is your health? 没事,没事,没事. No problem. Means, everything's okay. I'm healthy. Or even somebody asks you, how's if you get, car accident, you know, are you okay? And then you say measure means, nothing happened. Everything is okay. So measure is very good word that you guys can remember and use. Well, actually, this old 10 sentence is almost people say every day. So it's good to know. So from day one, you already know 10 things you are able, communicate with Chinese people. Last one, 谢谢,谢谢. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. My channel, this, Chinese for fun. Yeah. Let's, meet again, maybe next time. Thank you. Bye bye. 有了。